Take a deep breath, think of someone right now, and choose a crystal. Crystal number 1, green malachite heart. Crystal number 2, rose quartz. Greetings, crystal number 1. The person on your mind has something they want to tell you right now. I sometimes struggle to express my feelings for you. Let's take a deeper look and see how this person feels about you and the connection you share. So I'm starting your reading off with 2 cards. And this answers the question, how do they feel about you and the connection that you share? Your first card is the Hierophant, and your second card is the Queen of Wands. So right away, before the Queen of Wands even came out, I felt this sense that you are a mentor, but in a love-related capacity. You might be inspiring the person on your mind to feel a depth of love and passion and intimacy that they either never felt before or they were scared to feel before. The Hierophant is a card that carries a lot of spiritual undertones. So this makes me feel like the person on your mind is someone who considers you a soulmate, someone who maybe says things to you like, we've known each other in past lives, or I feel from the time we met, there was something different about you, like I've known you times before, or just quite simply that this is a connection that was made in heaven. The Hierophant can also reflect shared cultural traditions or desire to create a tradition with one another, which can include the institution of marriage. So with the Queen of Wands, the person on your mind truly admires how beautiful, how courageous, how you lead with your heart rather than your head, and you inspire them to do the same in a spiritual capacity that they've never before quite felt was possible. All right, let me get a love oracle card. How does the person on your mind feel about you and your connection? Oh, palm tree. This card says stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, and flexibility. So this makes me feel like they consider this something that is very solid, something that has the potential to be very long lasting. Again, with the spiritual mentorship and you teaching them and inspiring them more about love, this is something that they feel can endure because perhaps they've never felt this kind of spark of passion or felt that love was even a reality like this for them. So you create a safe space for them to love and to thrive. But you are also like a teacher in a way. So there's this flexibility for them to learn about love while not having to be quite perfect at it right away. So I do want to highlight this initial card again. I struggle sometimes to express my feelings for you. So perhaps you aren't even aware of how inspirational you are to the person on your mind. Perhaps you aren't aware that you are teaching this person how to love. Because remember, I said there was something flexible in your love that allows them to not quite be perfect. So let's explore why there might be a fear of intimacy or a struggle for them to communicate these feelings to you. So I want to take a look now at what worries this person on your mind has about commitment. Okay. What worries does the person on your mind have about commitment? All right. We have a card that says the golden mirror. It says self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided relationship, and love bombing. So this makes me feel like in the past, this person was very selfish and self-oriented when it comes to love. Perhaps they were never interested in being in a relationship because they did not feel the type of security that they feel with you, or the type of inspiration to settle down that they feel with you. This says love bombing. So perhaps they did enjoy dating and they did enjoy love bombing, or just telling people what they wanted to hear in that moment, and they didn't really have any intention on securing a future. So with you being that Queen of Wands and also this Hierophant teaching them how to love in a spiritual capacity, perhaps they have a level of integrity and awareness of a need to be authentic with how they present themselves and how they go about pursuing you in this connection. So perhaps they have a fear of reverting to their old ways of being self-absorbed and only seeking pleasure and non-commitment in relationships. And they don't want you to be affected by that. So you're teaching them a lot, but at the same time, there's this guardedness of not wanting to hurt you, not wanting to misuse your love. So let's get a follow-up love message from them. What do they want to tell you about any worries they have about commitment? My emotions for you are still there. So there's this energy of needing you to know that although sometimes they struggle to show or communicate how deep they feel, and they are afraid of hurting you or reverting to their old tendencies, they do want you to know that their emotions are there for you. So let's take a deeper look with the tarot and answer this question. What fears does the person on your mind have about commitment? What a beautiful card. We have the Lovers. So something that many people don't know about the Lovers card is that this is not just about soulmate energy, which I did express in the beginning with the Hierophant card, but it's also about commitment. The decision-making process that one goes through on a moment-by-moment basis to navigate the ups and downs and the duality of life with their partner. This card is recognizing that there won't be just happy days. There will be difficult and dark days as well. But when you commit to your soulmate, you commit to navigating the difficult terrain of love every day and every night without fail, regardless if it feels good or not, because there will be plenty of times when it does not feel good, when it feels like work, and it is work. For instance, with the Hierophant suggesting institutions that are solid, like marriage. And then when you take vows that so many people don't take seriously, a vow till death do us part, through richer, through poorer, through good times and bad times, all those vows that we say that we give lip service to, but so many marriages have just ended in failure. And it's because they have not truly decided to commit. They're only enjoying one another for the moment being, which is that initial fear that this individual has. They don't want this to be fleeting because they recognize the depth of potential of love that you are revealing within them. However, they acknowledge that true commitment is forever. It is truly enduring, like the palm tree. It's stable and secure, continuously growing, which requires flexibility. And that is all lover's energy. Think of the Gemini energy, which is so multifaceted, so dual natured, but so light and humorous as well, because it acknowledges that life is just a game, it's just a story, and it's how you decide to walk that hero's journey, and you keep your head up high, but you commit to reach the destination no matter how hard the test of fate is. So I think this is really beautiful that ultimately this individual fears commitment only because they know how serious a choice it is. And when it comes to you, they don't take it lightly. Now we're going to use the heart-shaped oracle deck to answer the question, what does the person on your mind need from you in order to feel safe in a relationship? All right, here's the card that came out answering the question, what this person needs from you in order to feel safe in a relationship. And it says forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. So quite simply, this individual needs forgiveness. And the sense that I'm getting is forgiveness for their immaturity when it comes to love. Forgive them for not being as adept at you are at showing their true feelings, and perhaps sometimes playing cold or distant for fear of actually hurting you. So just forgive them for those moments is what they're asking. So let's take a deeper look using the tarot and answer this question more fully. What does this person need from you in order to feel safe in relationship? Wow. We have the Seven of Cups. They need to know that in a world full of choices, you would choose them every time. Especially with that Queen of Wands, I am getting the sense like you could have anyone you want. You just have this magnetic aura about you, and that's something that this individual was drawn to. And perhaps they even have jealous tendencies, reminding me of that forgiveness card. Don't judge them, they're saying, for the past times when they let their immature heart rule them and they were jealous of you talking to other people, or jealous of you having friends of the same sex that they are, or for even accusing you maybe of doing the things that they did in their past. Okay, so quite simply, this person needs to know, I'm getting words of affirmation. I choose you. Let this person know that you choose them time and time again, and that it doesn't matter who else is out there. It doesn't matter who's looking at you or talking to you. Your eyes are for them alone. All right, let me get another card. What does this person on your mind need in order to feel safe in relationship? The Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is about the spark of passion, the initiation of that feeling of adventure. like that honeymoon phase where you can't get enough of each other. All you do is think about one another. You would skip work or cancel all your plans just to take a road trip together. That's the energy I'm getting with this Ace of Wands. What they need to feel safe in relationship is for the spark of passion to never die. And that reminds me again of that Lover's card and how true love, to be a soulmate with someone, is to commit to keeping that flame of passion alive, even in the dark times, especially in the dark times, which again reminds me of this Seven of Cups and that forgiveness card. They need you to be the why. They need you to be that light in the dark times. It's not that they won't do that for you, but again, with the Hierophant and the Queen of Wands, you are a spiritual mentor for them when it comes to love. And so your spark of passion is their why. And so in order to continue to feel safe when the times are dark, they want to know that you choose them, that they're the only one you see, and that the spark and the flame of love and passion between you will never die. And even if it grows dim, you will commit to breathing life into it again. Crystal number 1, if you are resonating with this reading so far and you want to claim it for yourself, comment a green heart emoji and like this video now. The next question we're going to ask is, what does the person on your mind wish you understood about them? We're going to use the love messages to start this off. What does the person on your mind wish you understood about them? Oh, wow. I've always been afraid of this love. Definitely reminds me of what I said in the beginning about having self-absorbed tendencies when it comes to love and relationships, not wanting to commit, just, telling people, giving them lip service. And then also fearing commitment with you because they recognize that you're teaching them how to love, but they also don't want to revert back to their old ways and hurt you. So that's something they wish that you understood, is that they've been afraid of this kind of love because now it means that they have to have the courage to actually step up and commit in a way, like I said, with that Lover's card, that is understanding that it's not always going to be sunshine and roses. It's not always going to feel good, but this is your soulmate. This is the one that you've committed your love to. So you're not going to let anything come in between of that commitment. And that does take courage. So that's what they want you to understand, is that they have been afraid of this type of real love because it takes a lot of work in order to make it last. All right, now let's take a deeper look at this question using the tarot. What does the person on your mind wish you understood about them? We have the Three of Cups. They've been searching for a love that feels like home, a soulmate bond that feels like deep friendship. So there's something about your connection that is built upon deep friendship. Some of you have not gotten into a relationship fully with this individual, and they want you to know that although you're only friends or you haven't fully committed to one another yet, that you are a soulmate. But that is part of the thing that scares them, is that this energy is too connected. It's undeniable how intense your bond is, but it's also what gravitates him to you. So let's take a look at this again. What does the person on your mind wish you understood about them? Ooh, the Queen of Cups. This is what they're afraid of. They're afraid of being seen in a way that they never allowed. you get them in a way that they've not let down their guard before. It's like I'm getting the sense that you see through their soul. You understand what they're feeling when they can't or won't tell you. And that's why they feel so connected to you in both a friend and a soulmate capacity, because you have this depth of understanding and compassion within you that makes them want to let down their guard, that makes them want to open up to this type of love, because they cannot deny how connected you are to them. I'm almost getting the sense that you probably text or call them at exactly the right time that they need to hear a certain message of encouragement from you. And they maybe even say things like, "How did you know I was thinking about you? How did you know I needed to hear that?" Or you always seem to know what to say at the right time. There's this energy of sweet compassion and nurturing that makes them both want to open up and contract at the same time. All right, beautiful soul. Now let's take a look at the question: what changes does the person on your mind want to make in order to be a better lover, a better partner in this connection? Okay, what changes do they want to make? Wow. Wow. So, number one, we have the Strength card. Many people don't know that the Strength card is not only about courage, but controlling your libido and being able to navigate the energies of the body, the passionate, fire fueled energies of the body that would carry you away on the wind rather than having you commit and decide to be with one particular person. So the changes that they want to make is to control their libido, control their energy, and not just seek the pursuit of pleasure, but learning how to be a rock and an anchor for both themselves and another individual. So yes, this also includes being courageous to choose love. Like they've said, they've always been afraid of this love. So committing, having the courage to commit is something that they want to change for you. We have the Temperance card. This is about maintaining a steady and peaceful path, no matter what challenges or hardships come up, no matter what opportunities for pleasure or joy come up. This is how you stay committed and how you decide with that Lover's card, no matter what challenges come up, that you're going to be committed to this third thing, which is the relationship. The Temperance card is you accept that there's going to be challenges and hardships, and you find ways to cope and navigate those challenges together in healthy ways, and you improve upon your communication and your commitment every day. And then there's going to be times when perhaps you will be tempted to pursue other things that you might find pleasure in. Or you might get tempted to think that the honeymoon period is supposed to be everlasting, and sometimes you'll have to work for the spark. You may get tempted to feel like it's always supposed to be sunshine and roses when it's not. So the changes that they want to make is knowing that it's about staying and walking this peaceful, balanced middle path, not allowing the negatives or the positives to lead you astray. Now, the King of Cups, he wants to be able to match your fire, but in an emotional way. He wants to be able to show you the same type of commitment, or they take what gender resonates with you personally. They want to be able to show you the same sort of compassion and understanding and nurturance that you do, but also to stay committed no matter what storms or tests come up. That goes back to that Temperance card as well, knowing how to navigate the rocky energy, the winds, the high tides, through that self-compassion and understanding that love is a journey of growth. It takes a lot of time to learn what I need as an individual and learn what you need, and how to compromise and navigate both of those energies, both compassionately and successfully. And the last card he got, or they got, as far as what changes they want to make, is to lean in to trusting their intuition more instead of trying to dominate or control how far they go with you. I'm getting the sense that there's a barrier or a guard or a wall around this individual's heart, where when they feel like they're losing control, they pull back. But this high priestess is learning to trust your intuition. Again, with the King of Cups, leaning into that softer feminine side, allowing love to take you over and not having to logically dictate or coerce the events. That's the only way true love will flow, is by leaning into the feminine, intuitive, emotional side. And that's some of the changes that this individual does want to make in order to be a better lover, a better partner in this connection. So finally, let's take a look at what are the biggest hopes for your future together. Okay, what are the biggest hopes of the person on your mind for your future together? We have chemistry. It says there's a strong magnetic attraction here. So that reminds me of that Ace of Wands, about how they said that part of their fear of commitment is that the spark of passion would die. And there's this energy of here of wanting to keep that flame alive. So with this chemistry card, that's just huge confirmation that this individual wants, even though they decide to commit and endure, they also want the honeymoon phase, the passion and the spark and that chemistry between you to never fade, which in a long-term partnership requires continuous effort to keep it aflame. All right, let me get one more card from this Romance Angels Oracle deck. What are their biggest hopes for your future together? Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So like I said, this is definitely soulmate energy. And this is the type of vibe I get that they don't want to let you slip through their fingers. You will be the biggest regret of their lifetime if they decide to lead with their head instead of their heart. They can't deny that if they let you go, they will lose their soulmate. And even someone who's afraid of love can't be that dumb. Okay, so let's take a look using the tarot. Finally, what are their biggest hopes for your future together? We have the Devil. This is that self-absorbed, narcissistic, and or lustful fueled energy that they don't want to come in between you. Like I said, they don't want to be that dumb to let their negative, quote unquote, passions run away with them when they have something that is their soulmate, when they have something that is a spiritual love mentorship in front of them. They don't want that negative side to take a hold of them, dominate them, and have them guard their heart for fear when something so pure is that close available to them. All right, let's get one more card to finish off your reading. Oh, what a beautiful way to finish it off. All right, this is what they want for your future together, to go from the Devil to the Star. And the Star is holding on to the hope of the best possible outcome, where it feels like you won the lottery when you wished upon a star and Just like that soulmate card, your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations were heard. That's what they want for your future together. For them to recognize truly that you are their soulmate, that to ruin this connection would be allowing the devil to infiltrate their mind and their heart and ruin something that is literally like wishing upon a star. This has the potential for them to be a love greater than they've ever dreamed, and they don't want to let it slip through their fingers. All right, my beautiful soul, what an amazing way to finish your reading. I do hope this message served you, gave you some inspiration and clarity regarding this connection. If you resonate and you want to claim it for yourself, comment a green heart emoji and like this video now. If you're new here, subscribe, as we release new readings every week you don't want to miss. And in the event you would like a deeper personal reading for yourself, the link is available in the description box below to book that at any time. Until the next time I get to read for you, I'm sending you so much peace and love. Welcome in crystal number 2. Let's get a love message from the person on your mind. We're starting off your reading with this card. I wish I could hold you in my arms and tell you how much you mean to me. So there's an aspect of distance here. There could be some mental, emotional, or even physical distance, like a separation period between you, or even a distance where this is a long distance relationship. So keep that in mind going forward. Let's use the tarot to take a look deeper at how does this person on your mind feel about you and the connection you share. We have the Temperance card. There's something about this connection that makes this person feel like they have to stay grounded and balanced. This could be something that you tell them all the time, to be patient, especially if this is a long distant relationship or there's some sort of space between you that keeps you apart. It's very challenging. I can feel like this angst energy of separation where all you want to do is be together, but you can't. And therefore, all you can do is be patient. And that's what this Temperance card is. They feel like there's this perpetual energy of having to be patient, having to just stay the course, one foot in front of the other, without knowing when or how the next step is going to unfold for the two of you. Let's get another card. How does this person feel about your connection? We have the Four of Pentacles. You can see how closely the woman on this card is holding the roses to her chest. This is an energy of holding on tightly to someone or something, but also sometimes in a fearful capacity, like it might leave you, so you hold on tighter. So again, I'm getting this energy of angst regarding needing to hold on to you, but being afraid that there's so much between you that's keeping you apart. For some of you, this could be a third-party relationship where you or this other individual have a connection that hasn't fully wrapped up. And so you need to move through that experience, yet you can't help but hold on to this love. So how they feel about you is that they can't help but hold on to you, and they need to hold on to the connection that you share, despite the distance or whatever obstacle there is between you that's preventing this connection from coming together even deeper. So let's take a different look using the Oracle deck. What does this person feel about you and the connection you share? How does this person feel about you and the connection you share? We have mirror. This energy says mirroring each other, self-image, relationships reflect our wounds, and introspection, which really reminds me of the Temperance card, because that is a card of healing. So there's an energy here of you complete one another because of how perfectly matched your reflection is. And that's not always a positive thing. It can be negative, where sometimes you're triggering each other, and there could be this aspect of distance that is a wound, that for some reason the puzzle pieces don't always quite fit between you. And so that energy is also a mirroring a need for balance and healing and being patient despite the obstacle. So they understanding that this connection, that you are a mirror for them, and that this relationship is teaching them a lot more about themselves and what they're capable of. All right, beautiful soul. Now let's ask the question, what fears does the person on your mind have about commitment? Okay. We have the Ace of Wands, and it's really interesting because this came out in crystal number 1's reading as well for the same question. What fears do they have about commitment? So it makes me feel that there's this similar thread of energy regarding a commitment fear. And the Ace of Wands is about the spark of passion. So I'm getting the sense that most people, their fear is that the spark or the fire will go out, that the relationship will get boring, that the honeymoon phase will die away, and it'll just be monotony and routine after that. So that is something to consider, that this individual's and many people's fear of commitment has to do with the passion fading and not wanting to get into a long-term connection for fear that it will no longer be enjoyable. So this is something for anyone who wants a long-term commitment to consider, is how are they going to continue to keep the spark alive over a long period of time? How are you going to keep that honeymoon period going even after that initial few months together? All right, that's something to really consider. What fears does the person on your mind have regarding commitment? Wow, we have another ace, the Ace of Cups. So number one, two aces is about beginning something, initiating something, the seed energy. So it's almost like they have a fear to start. And maybe that's the distance between you, because I am getting, it's like it could be physical distance, but it could also just be mental, emotional, where you have this energy of hiding your true feelings because you don't want to be seen. You don't want to be caught slipping when it comes to actually catching feelings for someone, right? Simping is what we said, our slang in my time. You don't want to be caught simping. So anyway, the Ace of Cups as part of a fear of commitment with that Ace of Wands is like just being afraid to open your heart, being afraid to be caught simping, or just being like courageous enough to be emotional, courageous enough to be in love. Yeah, so there's like a guard around this person's heart, perhaps a fear of commitment, because there's this general idea that long-term committed relationships are boring, and you know, you don't want to fall in too deep with somebody because you want to have fun and you want to enjoy your life. So that's part of the distance that I am getting here. Let's use the heart-shaped oracle cards to take a look at what does this person on your mind need from you in order to feel safe in relationship. All right, that came out right away. And the first card is time. The first thing they need from you is time. It says you are trying too hard Give it time. So that reminds me of that initial angst. Like for some reason, you can't be fully together, whether it's emotional, mental, or physical distance. And therefore, all you can do is be patient, is that energy. There's this energy of needing to be patient. And so he's asking for time, or they're asking for time. Wow. Look at this card. It says secret admirer. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. So this reminds me of that Four of Pentacles. And for some of you, this is a third party connection where this could be someone like you already have somebody or they already have somebody and you're in the process of ending that connection, but you still have threads there. And there's this other person who's your secret admirer, and there's this distance that the two of you can't fully be together, and you have to kind of pretend that you don't have these feelings. So take what resonates for you, because not everybody's situation is the same, but there is this aspect of distance. But also I'm reminded of what I said about the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands being afraid to open their heart, being afraid to like share deep feelings, you know? And so this is an aspect of that as well. Okay, and so this last card, something they need from you, it says, it is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is the time to give to yourself. So especially because there is this energy of separation or distance between you, what he's saying is that the times that you can't be together for whatever reasons that there are, remember that Temperance card. Remember to focus on things that make you feel peaceful, grounded, and balanced. Prioritize things that heal you. And that could just be a walk in the park. That could be petting your dog. That could be meditation or sound healing, whatever works for you. But this person is saying, when we can't be together, focus on giving love to yourself, and that will help the time and distance factor between you. All right, beautiful soul. Now we're going to ask the question, what does this person on your mind wish you understood better about them? Let's get a love message. What do they want to say to you? What do they wish you understood about them? I still feel so attracted to you. All right. So again, even though there's distance or there's obstacles, or there's a third party, there's something getting in the way of your love, they want you to know that they are definitely still attracted to you. Let's use the tarot to ask this question again. What does the person on your mind wish you understood about them? We have the Page of Swords. Let me get another card to clarify. Clarify the Page of Swords. What do they wish you understood about them? The Queen of Swords. Interesting. This makes me feel, number one, that they're not a naturally emotional person. They could actually be an air sign like a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, because these are two swords cards coming up. But obviously not everyone here is going to have that energy. But this just makes me feel like they are a very logical person. And so maybe that's why they're afraid to open their heart, why they need to maintain balance and not let their feelings run away with them, because they need to be in control intellectually. They need to be able to understand all sides of the situation from a mental point of view. And I am getting the sense that this is the distance between some of you. It's a mental distance and a way of seeing things, because you may be more grounded and emotional, and this individual may be more someone who's just kind of not even always there because they're in their head a lot. So they want you to understand, with the Page of Swords, they could even be a student. There could be some aspect of studies that is creating this distance between you. But the Page of Swords is about being curious to learn more. And the Queen of Swords is not letting obstacles stop you because you're able to see above them. So this specific message makes me feel like this individual wishes you knew that they are perpetually curious about how to overcome this obstacle. Everything they do is about learning how to navigate around this barrier. Whatever it is that's inhibiting the two of you to have a deeper level of commitment, they are constantly trying to navigate the situation to a successful end for the both of you. So now let's take a look at what changes do they want to make in order to be a better partner for you. Okay. What changes do they want to make in order to be a better lover or partner in this connection? We have the Awakening or the Judgment card. This means that they want to make choices that resonate with their soul. This reminds me again of that Queen of Swords and that Page of Swords energy. This is someone who's always looking at the bigger picture and doesn't see anything that's happening between you as mundane or superficial. This reminds me of that mirrored card, relationships reflecting our wounds. So they take this connection and the spiritual teaching that it's offering them very seriously. You're almost like an invitation for this person to know themselves deeper because they have to commit in a way that they've never committed before because of the distance or because of the obstacle. Again, that Temperance card, being forced to remain patient is one of the best spiritual practices there is. Because as humans, we naturally want instant gratification. We naturally want to be satisfied and fulfilled right now. So to have this obstacle or this barrier to your union, it makes them understand that this waiting phase is a spiritual experience that is only going to make the commitment between you much more fertile. Okay? Yes. What changes does this person want to make in order to be a better lover, a better partner in this connection? What a perfect card. We have the Chariot. So basically everything that I just said, because this card is about being determined to persevere beyond the obstacles and all negative experiences to your victory. So what changes they want to make is to not allow the hard times to get them down, to not allow the times when they'd rather just give it up because they're tired of being patient to sway them from the end goal, which is filling this gap between you two. Okay? All right, beautiful soul, let's answer one final question. What are the biggest hopes that this person on your mind has for your future together? What are their biggest hopes for your future together? Ooh. Wow. Okay. So we have two different cards with two different opposing energies. We have one card that says, pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. And then we also have a card that says soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So with this pay attention to the red flags, again, reminds me of that mirroring card and the temperance card, that this is a very spiritual and healing connection. I'm feeling particularly for this individual. And it's something that is going to take a lot of grounding. It's going to take a lot of spiritual maturity and integrity to work through those obstacles, like with the Chariot card. Okay. I'm like I said, I'm feeling a depth of angst for both of you, but particularly on this person's side, that the distance cannot be yet bridged. And that is the troublesome area that's going to need to be worked through with spiritual commitment and integrity, like the Judgment card. So that's where the pay attention to the red flags is coming in. I'm getting the sense like they are saying they want themselves to pay attention to their own red flags so that they can stay peaceful, patient, grounded, to endure past the obstacles, to recognizing that, yes, this is your soulmate and you're willing to endure, and it's going to make commitment all the more sweeter. All right, my beautiful soul, I do hope you resonated with this reading, that it gave you a sense of inspiration and clarity regarding this connection. If you resonate and you want to claim this message for yourself, comment a rose emoji and like this video now. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe, as we release new readings every week you don't want to miss. And in the event you would like a deeper personal reading, the link is available in the description box below to book that at any time.